This is part of our series, President and Civil Rights. We've been discussing Ronald Reagan, and we've been doing a special series within a series, right? To address Reagan's response, or lack of, to the AIDS HIV epidemic. Yesterday, we started with the beginning of the epidemic. Today, let's talk about Reagan, his administration, and their response, or lack of, to the AIDS HIV epidemic. Okay. AIDS was perceived to be a gay-only disease long into the 1980s by an unsympathetic public. So there was little to no pressure on Reagan's administration to respond. As a result, from 1981 to 1986, the Reagan administration refused to address the AIDS epidemic. For those who don't remember, Reagan was a successful actor in the 40s and 50s and entered politics in 1966 to run for the seat of governor of California. He campaigned on ending moral decline, and as many in this period viewed consorting with homosexual men as counter to this goal. He had two advisors who were outed as gay, and Reagan chose to fire the men rather than face political backlash. Ironically, Reagan publicly opposed the Briggs Initiative, which would have banned gay men and lesbian women from teaching in California public schools. His opposition was key to the defeat of the initiative. Now, Reagan and his wife, after 1952, were also friends with a number of openly gay men, as well as men whose homosexuality was an open secret, such as Roy Cohn, Jerry Zipkin, Truman Capote, and Ted Graeber. Nancy, in particular, had many gay men in her inner circle, and at one point, the Reagans even invited Graeber to spend the night at the White House along with his partner. However, during his presidency, Reagan would go on to sever any affinity to the gay community. He says the gay movement isn't just asking for civil rights, it's asking for recognition and acceptance of an alternate lifestyle, which I do not believe society can condone, nor can I. Reagan established a clear anti-gay position for his presidency. In 1984, Reagan declared that his administration would resist the efforts to some to obtain government endorsement of homosexuality, and he described gay Americans as abominations. Reagan earned the votes and support of the religious right. The Reagan administration could not afford to lose this political base. The Reagan presidency relied on homophobic rhetoric to attract a Christian far-right base within the Republican Party, known as the religious right, leading up to the 1980s. The religious right influenced the Republican Party to adopt socially conservative positions, which included anti-gay beliefs. Reagan repeatedly appealed to anti-gay constituents during his 1980 presidential campaign. Many Reagan administration officials gained political support by expressing anti-gay attitudes and apathy towards people with AIDS.